Oh, hey. Hey guys, it's Lauren Caselli. I am coming at you from Tutorial Tuesday. And today's tutorial is going to be me showing you how I do my weekly webinars. I don't do them weekly, monthly, sometimes weekly, depending on my appetite for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to take you through the process of how I set the page up, how I do it every month. Through Google Hangouts on Air. And unfortunately, I'm not actually going to be able to show you how I do it from Google Hangout on Air because I'm on a Hangout on Air right now, but I'll show you the process of embedding it into your page. And then you can let me know if you have any questions either in the comments below, or you can email me at lauren@laurencaselli.com. Cool. So I'm going to take you through it. And if you have any questions, just pop them into the comments below. Cool. So let me just get over and share my screen with you. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to show you the back end of my website. I use Squarespace, and this is exclusively a Squarespace tutorial. If you have WordPress, I'm sure it's a little bit similar, but this is a Squarespace tutorial. So this is the back end of my Squarespace website. So I've set up a page, a public page on my website. So I have my About, my Work With Me page, events. And then when you drop down on events, there's a page that says monthly webinars, and that's over here. So I'm going to click into there. So this is my front end page, and I'll expand it so you can see it. This is like what somebody, when they come to my website, this is what they see. So March's webinar is going to be writing my About page, my No One Cares About Your Favorite Color. And then I have, kind of what you're going to learn. And then at the bottom, I have an opt-in. This opt-in goes to a separate list. It's a MailChimp list that I set up. And actually, I'll open my MailChimp up so that you can see. It goes to a separate list. This should already be saved. Sorry, one second. So I have 1,000 lists, monthly webinar list. So when I haven't really launched the webinar yet, but every month this page gets tracked in here. And then after the webinar is over, I send out a final email and I say, thanks, here's the replay, whatever. And then I transfer all of these subscribers over to my list. It's a little bit, my main list. So it's a little bit cumbersome, but it's how it works if you want to do it for free. Okay, so we're going to go back down here. So what I do is the day or maybe 2 days before the webinar, I have this page. And notice it's like a little secret page, and I'll show you how I did that. So what you're going to do is, if you're doing this from scratch, you're going to hit Add Page. You're going to get a page like this. Mine is called Watch the Webinar. And this is actually leftover because I haven't redone the page, but this is actually leftover from last time. So this is my title from, actually I'm not doing this. This is my title from, I don't know what this title is from. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the page. So this is just blank standard page. I add a text box here. This month's webinar is actually how to write your About page. To write your About page. It's going to be it's actually Thursday, the date, Thursday, March 24th at, I think it's 7 p.m. I'm not actually sure. I think it's 7 p.m. Oh, actually, it's actually 8. So I have this up there at the top. And then below I have these two boxes, right? And I'll actually delete them here. I'm going to delete them so that I'll like pretend I'm doing it from scratch. So we have one text box up the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a video link. And so then what I'm going to go over to do is I'm going to go to my Google Hangouts. I'm going to set up a Hangout. This is obnoxious, I know, but I'm going to set up a Hangout like you normally do, just doing one. And then I'm going to go over here in the corner. Sorry, I'm going to just hide that. And this button that says links, I'm going to click on it. And you don't actually have to be live when you're doing this. You don't have to be broadcasting. You can do this while before you're broadcasting. But you're gonna click YouTube page. You're gonna copy that link. You're gonna go back to watch the webinar. You're gonna pop that link in there. See, now it's showing me that like I'm putting this this video right now is showing up on the site. I'm gonna click apply. And so there we have our webinar. When people are watching it, they'll have to like hit play on it. So like if you go, and I'll show you how I privacy it in a second, but it's laurencastelli.com/watch the webinar. I think I changed the password. So this is the link that I send out in the email after people have signed up for the webinar. And then I say, here's the link. And then the password, I give them the password. I change it every month. So now, oh, I haven't saved it yet. Hold on one second. Let me save. So save. That's been saved. And now, so I save all that and I do that. And then I finally send this link out. Hopefully it's refreshed by now. Yeah, okay. So how to write your about page. This might get a little meta here in a second. And now here's the video. And so then they can click play. Yeah, okay. So how to write your about page. This might get a little meta here in a second. And now here's the video. And so then they can click play. So I'm not gonna because then it'll just keep going and going and going. But so now I have my webinar on the screen, and people, when they access this page, will hit play and they can watch the webinar while it's live. The one function that and this can be it. If that's it, if you don't want people to interact, if you just want to broadcast to people, that's fine. The one feature that a lot of people do want is they want a chat box. And so this is how you do that, also for free. So you go to a site that I like to use called Chat Tango. I don't know if I have a login, maybe. Oh, here, I have these. So basically you just keep making new groups. So I'm gonna make a new group. You can, apparently I'm already logged in, so you can either log in and create an account and you can have all of like your chat boxes, or you don't have to. So I'm gonna make a new group for this webinar. And actually this is kind of nice because I'm doing this like all in advance for next week. So I do the box and I like the box style. You can change, like it's red normally, but my branding is more like in a blue, a dark blue. So I'm gonna change this to here. You can also do custom. So let's say you're custom, maybe you just wanted to do white. So it can be white or black if you want it to be black. I might use black for this. So there we go. We've got our color. Cool. I'm choosing this. And then we have to give it a name up here. So I always do like what the webinar is about. So I say write about page. chattango.com. Cool. Create group over here. And then it gives you this embed code. So what I do is I copy and I paste the embed code. I go back to my page. I click. Oops, I got to edit. Go back into edit. So I'm editing the page. Click here, and then I think it's embed. There we go. Oh, that's an edit. Not a URL. I don't want a URL. I want code. Hold on one second. Code, here it is. So you're gonna click the code option, and then you're gonna delete this, and then you're gonna hit your embed code in there. And there we go. Now we apply. So now I'm going to go back just to see what it looks like. Oh wait, I haven't saved it. Whoops, always. Save. So now I have my about page. Oh, and here's my group chat. Now here's the thing about this, is like how ugly does this look? So then what I like to do is I like to go back here and I kind of just like to try to make it a little bit more friendly. So there we go. So I put it right next to the webinar and then I kind of make it that big. So that now the chat is right next to the webinar. So people can watch the webinar here and they can chat in the box here. So that's basically how I do it. Now I'm going to show you how I make this page private. It's really, really simple. So you've created a new page. You title it something, watch the webinar, if that's what you want to title it. Create the page. You can change your URL slug. I could make it like, I don't know, I love webinars or Monica's webinars or whatever you want to make it, but something that's like easy for you to remember. And you get to change that. That's awesome. I do a little description of the page. This could actually be a little bit more keyword rich. Here's my password. So you can create your password and change it if you want. And yeah, I think so. In order to, you don't have to make it private, but if you put a password in here, that will make it private. And then you click save. So there you go. So that's how you set it up on the back end. I'm going to switch the screen back around. So the one bummer about that setup is that when you're actually presenting your slides in the Google Hangout and doing the screen share, just like you would normally do in a Google Hangout on air, you can't actually see the chat because you are presenting, which is a big bummer. So what I've done, and you can see, I'm going to like flip my computer around a little bit. I have a second monitor and I have like a cable plug. And so what I do is I plug my second monitor into my computer, and then I have two screens. You can do this on an iPad. A lot of people, I've seen people do that where they'll like take out their iPad and then they'll log in as if they were a member, and they'll just go to the page, watch the webinar, and they'll put in the password. And so it'll be like they're on the page, or like participating in the webinar, and then they'll just be able to like respond in the chat kind of over here on a second device. I do it with a second screen. I really recommend having either a second screen or a second device. Even maybe you could do it on your phone, because it's really, really cumbersome to go through a whole freaking webinar without being able to look at kind of like chat and questions and things like that. Cool. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. You can always email me, Lauren@laurencaselli.com. And I hope this video was really helpful. Thanks. Bye.